we'll open up for questions.
Yeah, well, I think everyone saw that performance out there today. Super proud of every single one of the players. They were outstanding. They raised up to the challenge. They worked for each other. They did what we asked them to do before being down to 10 players again. And after that, they fought till the end. I think it's crazy, but we even have a bit of a bittersweet flavor only getting 1 point out of this game, because probably if that goal goes in at the end, it was a 3-point game for us. But today, I think from Anne to Mitch, who was the last one coming on, every single player, it was outstanding. And I think again today, the players went through their limits. I can only praise them, and I feel sorry sometimes because we're having to definitely fight against more than 11 players on regular basis, and that's challenging for them. But they raise up to it. Today we have our 9th new professional player this season making her debut, Kayla Duran, and I think she was outstanding as well. That says a lot. So from the work that's going on behind the scenes with the players themselves and with the technical team and the rest of the staff. So super proud of every single one of them today, and especially also maybe highlight the environment. I think the fans were unbelievable today. I don't know how many thousands of people we had out there, but we opened the Upper Bowl. The club did a great job with it, and I was super proud to, we didn't win today, but I think they left feeling proud of the team and having been entertained. So that's why we do what we do, no?
Jenna?
Hi, Juan. I wanted to get your thoughts on the Jace red card, just kind of what you saw in the moment, and what you made of the VAR decision to check it.
This is the thing, like I saw 2 players fighting for the ball, and then one player accidentally stepped on top of each other. There is no any intention of it. The ref was telling me, but the ball went off the pitch, but like obviously it's one of those balls that is coming off, but the players are fighting for it and accidentally step on it. Then we have 7 minutes later a player from Washington, I think, is give Mandy a step on Jess Carter, and there is no check, and there is it's a continuous situation. I think again my understanding is that the VAR today was the referee that we had here against Kansas City. I don't know, for me it's just not good enough. We can be the team that receives the most fouls in the league, but we are multiplying by 4 or 5 the times that we get players sent off. It's just non-acceptable on our side as a team, as a club. And there was other incidents throughout the game. I think the tackle on Rose Lavelle, that's an intentional, that's really could hurt the player badly, and it's intentional to do it. It's not like an accident, it's intentional. You could see Rose there being a squeeze against the floor, and then there is the level is different for Gotham. That's the reality of it. So I think it's something we need to live with. We fill in everything they ask us, reports to the refs. We had meetings with them, but it doesn't change. It's always a different level on all the aspects, and then we go and score, because realistically we draw the game, but we won the game. Gabby scored a perfectly legal goal. Mandy jumps, both hands open for the ball, and the referee is quick to blow the whistle when the ball is bouncing inside the box. We automatically score. She should wait, and then they check. That is not acceptable neither. There was 1 goal on the game, it was our goal, and the referee took it away. So then you're having to play against 10 players, never against 10 players. You get your goals disallowed on regular basis, and then you get 1 point instead of 3. That's the reality of this game.
On a positive note, though, your team did not look like they were in 10 players when they were on the field. So what do you just kind of make of their ability to rally?
They were outstanding, the commitment from everyone, how we had to reshape in midfield. Obviously, I think Jalen today on the 6 was unbelievable. Sarah then had to fill in the gap on the wide area. Kaya on her second start really well. Esther, the backline was tremendous. Jess Carter pushed probably through the limit that she could do for the team, and they were unbelievable. And then every player that was coming on was helping, first it was Gabby, then I think Katie was outstanding, Neely, Mitch, Kayla, and I think that's a team. I just wish that sometimes we could, play more of an even game. I don't know, it's too many times this year, to be honest.
Captain Coach, it looks like it was a situation where you did a lot of positive things, but of course it didn't wind up on the scoreboard. you said it earlier today, and I just wanted to identify that your team played very well despite everything.
Absolutely.
Okay, despite everything. But you're still, you haven't lost a game in almost 4 games. It does that make the hallmark of the team, knowing that they can band together and gain the result despite things going against you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think out of the 7 games, probably since May, since we went to Mexico, we won 2, lifting a trophy that qualifies for a Gold Cup and the first continental tournament. And we only lost 1 game against Kansas City. I don't think I need to go back into that game of what happened. And then the rest of the times has been performance of grit, determination, sometimes better football, sometimes no, but we're adding points, and that's super important. I have experience now in this league, and I know that every point counts. It's super important if you don't get 3 to get 1, and it's super important that we got that another clean sheet today. And I think the team really, I told them today at the end, like if we play with that winning mentality and with that commitment for each other and being brave, because I think last week we weren't that brave on the ball. We got every tool to be able to be competing to win the championship. I think it's our internal target, and Jess Carter said it at the end on the huddle. If we play like that every week, there's no teams that are gonna get 3 points out of us. No, so that's the bar that we wanna set.
You're in here.
Hi, Juan. Towards the end of the game, there was a throw-in where Lily Real was very emphatically shouting to her teammates, like, come on guys, like, let's go, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And clearly was very passionate, very in the moment, and really wanted that win. I'm wondering what it's like to see that kind of like from a rookie, if that's just kind of who she is at all points in time, or if you think it was the game that brought that out in her. And then just kind of overall the leadership that you've seen from the rookies so far this year, especially in a game situation like this.
Yeah, I think, yes, she's a winner. From the first day she came to training with us last year, we were super impressed with that. She wants to win and is going to do whatever it takes to help the team. I think she's got an aura of a future captain of, like, I don't know if he will be with us or the national team, but she's that kind of player that naturally is a leader. She's demanding with each other, demanding with others, demanding with herself, but she's always there, willing to do whatever it takes. I think I'm really proud that you said that. I could feel that our team talk at halftime where we wanted, and they wanted, it was to win the game. We didn't want to just go for the draw, and I think that really shone in the second half. And then she really took that, no? But the same with the rest of them, no? Kaya, Ryan when she had to come on, Sarah, they are all really learning from people like Emily, like Anne, like Rose, Esther, like our senior heads in the team that are top world class, not only at playing football but winning at football. I think, and those things I'm very proud to see that, and that's why I think that's the mentality that you need. You're not gonna win if that mentality only comes from Emily and Jess. You need the younger players, because as I said today, we did our 9th debut this season of a player that's never been professional, in a football club, and that takes some time. 9 is a big number, and I think everyone is together on this now.
Good. You're in front of Brian.
Hey, Juan.
Hello.
Brian Lewis, New York Post. This is twofold. I mean, you guys obviously had to deal with the card. How challenging is that, not in the 80th minute, but in the 30th minute, to keep kind of the pressing that you guys want to do for that long down a man, not just in terms of conditioning, but also in terms of discipline to keep in shape?
Yeah, I think it takes a little bit of training. As I said before, it's not our first time this year, so the team is already a little bit. They have a little bit of experience. Rose was kind of joking because since he's come back after injury, I think we've played almost more times with 10 or 9 than we've played with 11. So I think the team is ready to face any challenge. We don't look for the problem; we look for the solution. they take ownership. We help them. They were unbelievable to perform what we asked them to do. They fixed what they needed to fix live, and they really sacrificed for each other on that football pitch. I think that's as a coach in there is one of those difficult moments, because obviously you're down to 10 and what are you gonna do? But in there I have to give a lot of credit to the players. They took it on board. They were all connected. They were all working for each other. Yes, we were pressing high, but we were box defending also together, which is very important. I think we almost recovered the ball a few times. I think that last chance from Katie would have been unbelievable if we score. But then we finished with a free kick. We finished with a corner on the opposite box, trying to win, and that for me is a winning mentality that I'm very proud of.
And I know that's obviously to some extent gallows humor, but I mean, you've got nobody else, I think, has more than one red card. You've got
That's what I mean.
Obviously, you want to press, you want to be aggressive, you want to play the way you want to play, but I imagine that's not sustainable. Is that something that you discuss with the league? Is that something you leave to management, meaning, general manager, ownership, et cetera? How do you go about dealing with that?
Yeah, well, we've tried a little bit of everything already, because I think there has to be. I'm happy if there is an even feel for everyone, but I don't think at the moment there is, to be honest. So we are trying to address it. We do what they ask us to do. We always, we want the referees to have the best performances, so we also give feedback, have meetings, we spoke, but it has to be sometimes. I was trying to tell them, look guys, don't affect the game that much. I told Stephanie yesterday, I was watching the game, there is also a step of somebody and accidentally is not a red card, and today it is a red card. This is the thing, the lack of consistency. Then there is a step on yes, then there is it's those little actions that frustrate you. But I think for us is we just get on to the next level. Today on the football side, we were trying to be very, we set up some traps, we were very aggressive on the goal kicks. That's something that we work on a lot. And then we also have a very clear structure on our zone one, low block and box defending, where everyone was, you could see absolutely everyone dying for each other to make sure they didn't concede a chance. So, super proud of the team. I just hope that they don't have to go through this kind of challenge and be a little bit more on that even playing field.
Any more for Juan? One more in the back, Peyton?
Thanks. Juan, you mentioned earlier the leadership of Emily Summit. I was wondering, we saw a lot of her getting forward, especially towards the end of the second half, kind of just across the second half. I was wondering if that was kind of a decision made at halftime, just the nature of set pieces and having a lot of repeated set pieces, or a decision kind of she made to do that of her own volition? No,
I think when you saw that, it was because we were having set pieces. She's a key player for us on different roles within those set pieces. She also helps others, so that's why she was obviously getting there. I don't know if she's the one actually having that little touch on the ball on that on the final one. But yeah, she's part of the players that go up, and then I think Mandy, Neely, they were staying back. I think Kayla is also a good player in the air. We really wanted to win the game, so we were not gonna really change who we are. I think whatever, with 10, with 9, with 11, win, lose or draw, we have a DNA, and I think that's something we feel really proud. I think Gotham now in this league, recognized and in the world of football for the way we do things, and it's something we're very proud of. Some people might enjoy it more, some people might enjoy it less, but we've got a way to do things, and I think that's important because it gives the players an identity, and I think they really embrace it because it's a style that is bold, like our values. It's a style that is brave, it's a style that is fun. It's difficult to play, but that we have the players definitely to do it now.
Going into the game, we've definitely been working all week on fixing the things that we need to fix to be better structurally defensively, and really capitalizing on our press and really taking those moments to create opportunities to go forward. Obviously, we had an issue in the first half with the player getting sent off, so structurally we had to change and adjust, but I think we played well. We kept the intensity, and playing down is never easy, but we worked together and defended well together and had our moments to also finish and put away the game.
When you have a microphone, just say your name and publication. Any questions? Right here in the front.
Good afternoon, Gary Redmond from AJM Sports FC. One question I have to ask. Going into the game, of course, you didn't expect it to become like a tug of war between you and Washington, D.C., but what did anyone see what happened for her to get that red card in the first place? Because from what we were looking at, there was a lot of bemused looks on our faces wondering what was like when the fact that you were able to keep them off the scoreboard. Would you consider that a bright spot?
Definitely. I think anytime when you're playing numbers down, I feel like it's a tendency to underestimate the team that has less numbers, but that's an opportunity for us to also be offensive and take our chances. And we definitely, I think, kept them on their toes as well. As regards to the foul, I personally didn't see it. I think we're, as a league, really loose with cards. But it's, something that we overcame as a team, and we really rallied behind each other to continue to go forward and continue to push.
Right here.
Hi, Gary Sinzacher for Gotham. Can you talk to the character of this team from going down and still being the aggressor through most of that match?
Katie, you want to take that one?
I mean, I think you saw even the first half we were dominating possession a lot, creating a lot of chances, and we looked very promising. And then the card kind of threw a wrench in the plans, but it was nice to see the team rally behind each other and even be more organized because there was more reliance on getting good shape early and then taking our chances offensively. And I think it showed a lot of heart and character about our team, being able to fight, especially in the heat, against a lot of elements and then playing down a player. I think we could have come away with points, so it's promising.
Brian Lewis, New York Post. Katie, I'm curious, what was your vantage point on the foul? Did you see it, and were you surprised that it was a red after initially being nothing?
No, I was on the bench and my thighs were sticking to the seat, so I was trying to find a towel. It was quite hot. So I was trying to adjust, and then I turned around and we were about to go warm up as subs, and they're checking VAR, and so everyone was very confused. Of course, they don't replay it. I haven't checked Twitter yet, so I'm sure it'll be all over the place.
And I guess the second question is for a team that likes to high press. What's more challenging? Is it more challenging just physically to do that down to 10, or is it more challenging, I guess, mentally to be compact and be disciplined?
I think it's hard when you're physically tired to stay mentally sharp, and I think it was tough for us because of the heat, playing down a player, being a bit out of shape, so we knew we needed to adjust sooner. And I think one of the best parts about our team was that we got set in our shape as soon as we could. On any set piece, we would get set in our shape and control as much as we could to try to keep some kind of semblance of our normal shape and then build from there. So I think we did very well structurally. The back line did very well organizationally, and I think it showed in the scoreline.
Any other questions? Right here in front.
Okay, both of you talked about Kevin Berger. She had a spectacular game this afternoon. Basically, was one of the reasons why Washington's going home goats. But how much of that for the both of you, knowing that you have a player like that can be able to step up and able to take care of things just in case things break down defensively? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, being a defender, I think knowing that we have Ann back there is definitely a sense of security. She does things that I don't think any other keeper in the world can do. So knowing that she has our back there, if we do make mistakes, it's really nice being a defender. And she's very communicative. I think she's a strong leader. She helps with organization. She's a big part of our build. So she kind of just does it all.
Any other questions? All right. You guys are free. Thank you.
Oh, so
Asla.
I have two questions, and it's about the pitch. It looked really rough today from our screens. Was that really played against you today, you think? Heat plus a rough pitch. Can you talk about a little bit about the pitch with us?
You should have seen it in person. I think it's tough whenever you have a concert on the pitch and then it's played on again soon after. Even though the best groundskeepers can't really keep a nice grass with all those elements. So that was definitely tough. I think both teams play on the same field though. So it was tough for both teams, and the heat, hit everyone the same. So, those are things we can make excuses about, but at the end of the day, like our coach had said before the game, we gotta rise up to the challenge and, adjust.
Yeah, I mean, certainly plays for both parties, but I feel like midday games are really tough to play anyways. Are you guys, hoping that would change in the future? Any thoughts on that?
I mean, it would be nice to have later evening games, but again, it's one of the things that for right now we can't control as the season goes on, so we're focused on getting the result. Both teams are playing in those elements, whether it's a rough field or a hot day, but you do what you can to control what you can, and that's just, controlling the game, controlling the tempo when it gets hot, when people start to get tired. It's being smart on the ball, focusing on the quality, and making sure we're doing what we can to kind of control the tempo of the game.